An energy drink popular with millions of kids and teens is raising red flags for some doctors and now lawmakers for its potentially dangerous levels of caffeine.
We certainly know it can increase the risk of anxiety and stress, poor sleep, poor appetite, and definitely can predispose kids to having more behavioral issues, more irritability.
Just 12 ounces, it has an Prime has an eye-popping level of caffeine. And that's giving parents and doctors the jitter.
This morning, there's a new warning for parents and kids about energy drinks. Maybe you've seen Prime Energy on social media.
The drink is getting so much negative attention, schools are actually banning it.
First, it was the drink every kid wanted. Prime, co-founded by Logan Paul and KSI, was selling out everywhere until it wasn't. Now, fans are turning their backs, sales are crashing, and lawsuits are looming. What happened to the hype that ruled playgrounds? Stay tuned. The answer is wild. They called it the next big thing. In January 2022, Logan Paul and KSI dropped Prime Hydration, and it exploded. Teenagers swarmed supermarkets, flipping bottles for hundreds. Some even filled used Prime containers with water, just to look cool among peers. In just 2 years, Prime went from a billionaire dream to a blockbuster flop. At its height in 2023, sales soared to around $1.2 billion globally. But by 2024, the meter crashed. In the UK, revenue fell by around 70%, from £120 million to just £33 million. Profits took a nosedive, down 92%, leaving margins razor thin. In the US, sales dipped 40% in the first half of 2024 as buzz faded and buyers drifted away. What began as a viral sensation morphed into a case study of influencer burnout. Prime's popularity hinged on hype and social media muscle, but without staying power. Meanwhile, Logan's brand faced more than consumer apathy. Suppliers cried foul. A bottling partner sued for $68 million over unmet volume contracts. Another supplier claimed they weren't paid on time. Prime denied it and countered. These suits are now playing out in court. At first, fans defended Prime with everything.
First of all, we got the tropical punch, okay? It's all right.
When people online called it overhyped sugar water, loyal supporters clapped back with pride. Prime wasn't just a drink, it was a badge. Kids wore Prime bottles like they were trophies. Schools even banned it because students were fighting over who had the rarest flavor. That's how deep the obsession went. But soon, things started changing. Some parents noticed something strange. Their kids were acting jittery, anxious, and couldn't sleep after drinking Prime, especially the energy version. The drinks had 200 milligrams of caffeine, more than a Red Bull. That's a full cup of coffee, and not something kids should be gulping down at lunch. Doctors began to speak up. They warned that high caffeine levels in young children could lead to heart issues, sleep disorders, and anxiety. Then came headlines. In the US, a senator named Chuck Schumer called out Logan and KSI, asking the FDA to investigate Prime Energy. He said it was being marketed like candy to kids. Bright colors, fun names, cool bottles, all designed to attract the youngest customers. Parents were furious. They started posting TikToks, saying this stuff should be banned. Schools once again stepped in, banning Prime completely from campus. And then, the lawsuits came. One mom claimed her 10-year-old son ended up in the ER after drinking a full can. Another group sued for misleading marketing. They said Prime didn't clearly label the difference between hydration and energy. One bottle looked like the other, but one had caffeine, the other didn't. Confused customers were ending up in hospitals, all because of the packaging. Suddenly, being seen with a Prime bottle wasn't cool anymore. It was embarrassing. TikTok flipped the script. Memes started pouring in. One viral clip showed a kid pouring Prime into the trash, saying, "Logan sold us sugar in a bottle," and dipped. Another trend mocked influencers who kept promoting it, calling them Prime pushers. Even diehard fans felt betrayed. They believed Logan Paul and KSI created Prime to help them stay fit and hydrated. But now, people were calling it junk in disguise. Some nutritionists even broke it down. Prime hydration had 2 grams of sugar per bottle, but the artificial sweeteners inside were raising concerns too. Aspartame, sucralose, not harmful in small amounts, but still not what parents expected when buying something labeled hydration. And Logan's reaction? That's what surprised people the most. Instead of apologizing, he laughed it off. On podcasts and social media, he said things like, "It's funny how people cry about a drink with less sugar than Gatorade." But fans weren't laughing. They wanted accountability, and all they got was ego. Then came the karma twist. People started saying Prime was cursed. Every time Logan promoted something hard, it eventually tanked. Remember his NFT project? Dead. His crypto coin? Accused of rug pulling. And now Prime, once a billion-dollar dream, was crashing. In late 2024, rumors swirled that Walmart and other major stores were cutting back on Prime shelf space. Reports said sales were down, hype was dead, and kids moved on. Some stores had Prime bottles sitting untouched for weeks. The drink that once sold out in 10 minutes, now collecting dust. Even KSI tried to pivot. He started distancing himself. In interviews, he seemed less passionate, more cautious. Some say he saw the fall coming and tried to get out before it got worse. And then, Logan launched a new flavor called Karma. It was supposed to be a joke, a bold comeback, but the name only made things worse. People said, "Karma is real, and it's coming for Prime." The internet exploded with reactions. Hashtag Karma Drink started trending, but not for the reason Logan wanted. Twitter and TikTok turned karma into a punchline. "This flavor tastes like fake promises and ego," one user joked. Another said, "I drank karma and got ghosted by my crush. Thanks, Logan." The backlash reached its peak when a major YouTube channel did a blind taste test. The reviewer ranked Karma last, saying, "It's bitter." Not the taste, the whole thing. The video hit 5 million views in 2 days. Soon, schools, parents, and fans weren't the only ones rejecting Prime. Even celebrities who once posted about it stayed silent. No more sponsored clips. No more gin selfies holding Prime. It vanished from stories like a trend that died overnight. One of the biggest blows came from Australia, where health officials officially warned consumers to avoid giving Prime energy to children under 15. Some stores even moved the drink behind the counter, next to cigarettes. That was the final signal. Prime had crossed a line. By early 2025, Prime's TikTok tag was flooded, not with admiration, but with mockery. A full hashtag Prime backlash trend started. Teen creators made skits like, "How I Escaped the Prime Cult," "When You Realize Prime Wasn't Real Hydration," "Telling My Kids I Used to Fight Over This Drink." Prime was more than a drink. It was a symbol, a reminder of how quickly fame can build and how fast it can fall when trust disappears. Logan Paul once turned every move into gold, but this time, The Midas touch faded, and all that was left was a plastic bottle, an angry fan base, and a flavor called Karma. As for Logan, he stopped talking about Prime. No more ads, no new flavors, no bold campaigns. It all went quiet. Some believe Prime will be gone by the end of this year. Others think it'll rebrand, return with a new face, and try again. But whether it comes back or not, the internet never forgets. And when people ask, what happened to Logan Paul's drink? The answer is simple. People woke up, and karma did the rest.